Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Yes, we're live on the Twitch and also simultaneously on the YouTube. Yes, we are. So welcome on in, one and all. I'm just social mediaing at the moment. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. Gerthy Muffin, good evening. And Sin Gapper, ahoy. Welcome on in. Waiting for the book face to do whatever it's gonna do. Okay, and so just a couple more to go. Oh yes, Discord. Okay. Oh yes, and of course, Blue Sky. I keep forgetting Blue Sky, you know. It's weird. Still Twitter, but yeah, I don't spend any time on the platform anymore. It's just gone to shit. Right, okay. That's that. Lady Sky Cannon, welcome on in. Let's go to the live screen. That's the live screen on Twitch, and we want live screen over on the YouTube. Yes, we do. Right, okay. So I can see that's all happy days over there. All right. And on Twitch, are we transcoding and everything else all working? Let's have a look. Yay. It's been really good at that of late, I've got to admit. Right, okay. Where was it? Assaulting the factory. Yeah, we did quite well yesterday. I'm quite surprised. Well, yesterday. Monday, wasn't it? Monday was the last stream. Anyway, it is, in fact, beer o'clock. Let's get some dailies. Right, what are we going to get this time? Applying for a job? Straightforward. Cyborg Barracks. Infiltration preparation. Is this the one we had last time? I think maybe it was. Is it giving me any... Well, it hasn't given me any equipment this time, though. The last time I got infiltration preparation... extract the material for the making of genuine cyborg costumes from the... Oh, the site. So, yeah, we've got to kill 3 different parts. Augmented wrist, blah, blah. Right, okay. I'm looking around for a fuel, trying to help an augmate who dinged 220 on their shade. Nice. Where can you offer me an elite assignment? We're going to go with Foreman's again, I think. Goodbye. I think we're all buffed up as well. Right, Alien Daily. Aliens alone, what have we got? Place the bomber. Yeah, not bad. Freelancers is down this week. Let's get straight on with Place the bomber. Or was I going to do the 6th slot first? I easily could, but I don't have anything to put in the slot yet, so... Yeah, so it's the midweek stream. We're halfway through it, guys. Just hold on in there. All will be good. We're on full def, aren't we? Okay, we're not going on full def. Oh yeah, too low to level it, so just click it on. Might return to Elysium and do the east side of Elysium quest as well. What a green area, looks greener than I remember. New engine, I think, does make it a bit brighter, so therefore a bit greener. Yeah. I'm not sure it looks as green on the old engine, but I haven't been in one of these on the old engine in a very long time. Nope, we snagged one. No problem at this level. We can't sneak past them anyway. Starting to think we need a bigger weapon. Surprising how many leftover spirits my shade has in the bank. Oh yeah. Yeah, I gave 4 or 5 bags worth away. Excuse me. Yeah, you can. How much sneak could we get to if we needed to? Not that much. We're gonna get aggroed. It's coming right towards me. Yep, there we go. Oh great, I got both of them. Doing so well. Just fill one backpack and halfway. Yeah, it's easily done, yeah. Is this the city invasion? No, this is just a daily mission. Do people do the city raid? Oh god, yeah. Best way to farm materials and stuff. Plus, quite a bit of XP. It's only where you get the alien scopes and, yeah, loads of other reasons to have that. You want to make alien armor, you gotta do alien raids. I mean, the bosses still drop them from the various alien sectors, but they take a bit more manpower usually. That said, some people can box them, so... If that Brigadier General is a 1-star general, sure, it's tiny boss. Sort of, yeah. Sometimes you get something that looks a lot more like a boss in this mission. But I think they're at the far end. It depends. There's a couple of different variations. Place the bomb mission is always the same layout with pretty much the same mobs in it. Found 2 pairs of slippers of screaming, so keeping a pair for me. Yeah. It's a shame it's not Freelancer's week again this week. Pile on a few levels. Mahil, the person that's single-handedly keeping this game alive on the internet. Am I? I'm not, don't think I am. But thank you, that's a kind thing to say. Bomber. Get out of here. Yep, damn straight. You stay in here with the bomb. Die with the bomb. Pretty much, that's it. There's nothing else. Yay, there we go. 1 mission completed. We'll go hand that in. Don't know if that's going to be enough for another alien level. Be nice if it is. Yeah, still feeling a bit low damage on this character, but highly defensive. I think we could do with a bigger bow, maybe? I thought we might hit this issue. The special edition bow would be amazing just now. Oop. Item. Special. Ed. Yeah, so. Special edition Kaiser crossbow 150. Yeah, we could easily put this on. 250 to 400 damage. That's really respectable. I wish it wasn't locked to 151. You would easily get this on. At this level, we're only a tiny wrangle away from putting it on. 350 fling. Ooh. Yeah, we did, if we could get it, and we could just put it straight on right now, but we cannot. Kind of annoys me that that's what it is. You know, like, it shouldn't be that. That 151 is stupid. It's a good little weapon, mind you. It is a good little weapon. I think once we've got that, we'll have massively outgrown it, but yeah. Alright, next one is in Tier County. So, infiltration preparation. Cyborg barracks, yeah. So the quickest way there is take the shuttle to the temple and fly the rest of the way. We should be good. Yeah, I really wish it didn't have the 151 flag on it. 100 would be plenty. Oh, Tara's arrived via Immortal for 30 minutes. So can we get this done and go and get that daily as well? That'd be nice. Should we maybe do that one first? Yeah, I think maybe we should. Get it out of the way, and then it doesn't matter how long it takes to farm the parts for this mission. Who's I? Oh yeah, I just realised I haven't got isn't it? Yeah, show timestamps. There we go. It helps remind me what time it is while I'm streaming. Bow Bang of Thunder. Is that still a thing? Possibly, yeah. Possibly. I don't know. I'm not up to speed on what's a good bow these days, you know? Gotta be honest. Not too sure. Because I've never really made a character that was main weapon bow. So it's kind of a bit of a mystery. Bow Bang of Thunder. Oh, oof. Min damage is pretty... Yeah, without a massive crit, it's pretty terrible. 5 to 550 with a 350 crit. If you look at the stats on the 151 bow, min damage 250 to 400 with a... Yeah, no. It's not a thing anymore. Fortunately. Yeah, it's... Yeah, 2 seconds attack and recharge. It's a really slow weapon. The crit's okay on it, but yeah. Something in Avalon. Goodbye. Yeah, I think it's a bow from a bygone era. You know, I think that's what it is. Can we do Avalon? We could if we blew all our IP into Complet. So I'm going to put a lump in. I just want to be able to access the top floor in the grid instead of going wampering everywhere. Wanted to check something quickly then. Did I do evades and body dev? I did. Right, okay. Blitz on down. You've never seen this place before? Yeah. It's a very old dungeon. It's one of the oldest dungeons in the game, in fact. For high level. A lot of nice gear comes from here still as well. Oh god, yeah, this used to be the original PvP big battle. I think we had this dungeon for PvP before we had Gnome Wars even. Pretty sure we did. Or was it, did it come out at the same time maybe? You know, talking 20 years back, it's difficult to remember specifics as such. But yeah, you have to battle to hold the dungeon. So it's like a threefold battle going on. Usually you hold the box room, defend, Zerg down, hold the Tara room, defend, try and get Tara down before, and then leave defend some of your fight force up at the top to protect your main force, which is taking out everything at the bottom. Oh, and the smack talk and the general drama used to be quite funny. I started going in that dungeon at level 100. I mean, here's an example of one of the pieces from there. So if you kill Tara, you get a chunk of dragon flesh, and you can make it, with a bit of work, into one of these. It is living dragon flesh body armor. It gives you max health, martial arts, physical innate, bunch of add damage, 1200 to all ACs, but you've got to be level 130 to equip it. But it was like the be-all end-all back in the day for MA and Soul. Well, yeah, pretty much the be-all end-all. Tara Skew. No, that's Tara's always been a dungeon boss with Camelot and everything else. Why did I come up here? I don't want to be up here. Yeah. I can't remember if someone decided Tara was male or female, but I've always thought of it as a female dragon. Oh, you're a lady dragon. You know, kind of deal. Would you like... I've already got slippers, but thank you, though, Lady Sky Cannon. Tara Skew, I used a screenshot of that for the New Year's Eve stream. I don't know where the hell it was. Oh, there you go, yeah. That's the lobby of... That was Storm doing Tara back in the day. There's Jolie. Formula 44. Guy was Neff. Was Pegger from Storm. I remember all these guys. There's Booyah. First AI 30 in the game. Soldier over there. That's his wife, Sandra. His real life wife, Sandra 30. Nerf me from Band of Brothers. Yeah. It was just a let's take a picture of the guild on a raid. That was good fun. Tara, you would. I don't know. No, it's always been in that dungeon. And hotly contested. Yeah, always was. You get a 30-minute warning when it spawns. When it spawns now, it's invulnerable for 30 minutes, so no one can attack the NPC itself. So if you can get down there and do the daily, which is run down and target Tara, you get the daily reward for it, which is quite nice. Alright, I've got to kill a bunch of these guys till one of them drops the piece we're after. I think Camelot is technically a clan area, but it's not like the guards are much hassle. And once you get inside, the indoor area where the guards are is they won't attack. As soon as you go through the door down to Tara, everything it's 25%. No, nothing on him. Oh yeah, still on full death. We don't need full death with these guys. Oh, oh god, Kill Bill armor, which was borrowed from Bruce Lee's movie as well. Yeah, the dragon armor doesn't look anything like that. These guards love my Omnicrat. Ah, there we go. That's one of the parts. So we need quality augmented wrist, corroded chestplate, hell, soldier signet. So we've got the quality wrist, I think. Yeah, the guards at Camelot are like the guards at West Athen. They're not much to worry about. Is it these dudes we gotta kill, or do we go inside for the parts? Maybe go inside. Yeah, I mean, you can get the Bruce Lee yellow tracksuit thing as social armor, because that's something that got added. So you can wear a completely different looking set of armor in the social tab without having to unequip your necessary armor for your character build. Same again. Thinking about making a bow MA twink. You might be able to. I don't know about twink though. As in, it's not that powerful. But, yeah, maybe. No, dragon armor looks like this. I'm wearing it. It's kind of obscured by the chest piece, but yeah. What are the meta setups these days? Well, there's lots of them. Nanomage agent that's permanently an FP soldier with X99 raid pistols. That's a meta build. Very difficult to make, but it does ridiculous amounts of damage. That's the chest piece. Space Quest still doing AI events. No, Ark is gone, my friend. Ark is gone. All volunteer programs were shut down by Funcom across the entire company. Changing the law or something. Yeah, so there's no more Ark, unfortunately. They went last year. It was very sad, and nobody liked the way it happened at all. I had both Ark Space Quest and Fairwolf on the channel, on Discord. We had a couple of streams where it was just basically me being a compare while they spoke about what happened, and I was just reading out chat questions about it. I heard Soldier can solo the end boss of SL. No, they cannot. They can't solo the beast. Maybe using exploits, but not actually, no. Yeah, it was pretty crappy. Ark found out they were no more the same day everybody else did from a forum post. It was kind of a shitty way of dealing with them. Very cold, I would say. That's being polite. Especially after some of them had, you know, had been Arks for over 20 years. It was a bit of a crap way to do it. Yeah, stacking and whatever. Yeah, people can, but it's hardly legitimate. I can solo Alduin at level 1 in Skyrim. I just go tilde TGM. You know, yeah, great, well done. You cheated. No one cares. You achieved absolutely nothing except proving that cheats work. You know. I am elite gamer. I know how to type TGM. No, you're not. You went to a website and found console commands and then discovered you could use them. You know, your elite gamer is going m enter. I am elite. No, you're not. Have fun in your single player game. No one cares, but you know, you do it in an MMO. No one's got any respect for you whatsoever. No one thinks you're some sort of an edgelord. They just think you're a bit of a wanker. Right, is that the parts we need? So we've had quality wrist, corroded chest piece, help spinner signet. Yep, that's all the bits we need. So we're out of here. Yeah, you can... a single player with a box can solo the beast, but it's not easy. And it needs to be a very well-made box of characters. Like, the characters in the box have to be very, very good anyway. Still in a fight. Annoying. Are you going to chase me all the effing way? my god, he is. He's going to chase me the entire way to the temple. Yeah, well, no, dude. How about no? The beast, it's got one of the biggest HP bars in the game. Spawns ads. The pinks, if you don't take them down quickly, will completely heal him. Yeah, some people can do it but basically by cheating. Legitimately, a single player cannot kill the beast. No. Yeah, someone probably posted a video of themselves exploiting like it was good in some way. But, you know, or they might have created a private server to do it and just given themselves GM powers. So every hit takes 30% of something's health. You know, so doing it as a regular player without stacking, without any other third-party software in the game, wholly different. There's a Discord, but after Ark was kind of disbanded, there was no moderation on it, so you just ended up with a load of spiteful, gobby, argumentative arseholes dominating the server without any accountability, just slagging everybody else off, just generally being, you know, arseholes. So at that point, Savick quit the server. Savick made Savick's map of Rubikar and wrote thousands of articles on how to do stuff in the game on Anarchy Online Universe. She's one of the pillars of the AO community, and she quit the server. And I quit not long after. It just became very sort of toxic and nasty. So, I mean, go there if you wish. I mean, I don't go there. Apparently hundreds of other people have just quit the server for the same reasons, because there's no moderation. If they had moderators there going, hey, you know, you follow the server rules or you're gone. But they're not, no one's doing that, so it just went to shit. Snagged by the black hole is the emergency exit. Right, we'll go hand these in. The third daily, there's no hand in for. So, let's do the Tara tag one first. Yeah, it's a big shame. If we still had Ark, they could have carried on moderating that Discord. It would have been okay. When it first started, it was really quite good. You know, it was helpful. There were actual Funcom employees on it moderating as well as Ark, and it was a good place to be. It was fun. It was informative. People were helpful to each other. Bad actors just got, you know, timed out for days at a time until they behaved, or just banned off the server completely for repeated offences. But unfortunately, after Ark, well, they pulled the plug on GMs and stuff being on it quite early on. They sent one junior GM or whatever who didn't know what Anarchy Online was, clearly, or how long it had been around, who came on and tried to talk down to everyone like they were kids, but was probably young enough to be most of the people on its offspring. So yeah, it was a bit of a mess. They were trying to tell everyone to stop complaining, thinking they were talking to a bunch of teenagers, and then realised they were talking to a bunch of people who were older than they are, and probably the same age as their parents. Got completely out of their depth, and then said no one can talk about Ark being disbanded in the main channel, to which everyone went, how about F off? Set up a separate channel for it. Eventually got the idea that, oh yeah, maybe this is a crap idea. But that was the last time any of them sort of graced that server. So yeah, it wasn't a lot of good, I gotta be honest. And thereafter, nobody was moderating it. Yeah, Ark, the actual people are still around, and they still do roleplay events and such, but they don't have the Ark powers that they used to have, whereby, you know, they could spawn mobs, do XP waves of events and stuff like that. Yeah. So all of that is gone, I'm afraid. It's been gone for over a year now, I think. Or about a year they've been gone. I mean, if I could buy the game, I would employ all of them back and put them back as Ark. But they would be on a wage for any hour they worked on flexi time. Very simple fix, maybe expensive, but it would bring a lot more to the game. Damage export, yeah. I mean, people do things that are remarkable, like level 6 characters that can dominate the whole of the temple, and they do it legitimately, but it takes a hell of a lot of work to build that character. And they can do it legitimately, and they're amazing. But yeah, the kill the beast solo in 10 seconds, yeah, that's an exploiter. Anyway, I shall be back. What's this? Quasi! Hard job, someone has to do it. Someone mentioned the other day they couldn't... Yeah, someone on the Facebook group said something about Windows 11 and Windows and AO, and I was like, oh, shit. Because I plan to be playing after October this year. And I'm not going to run Windows 10 for that long. That said, I did run Windows XP until Windows 7 came out, so I don't know, maybe I would. My experience, it's the exact same as Windows 10 on my old setup. Yeah, Windows 10, and I don't know from Windows 11, I only have it on my work computer, does not have the old DirectX base files installed into it. You can download them directly from Microsoft and install them, and it fixes the problem. But if you play a lot of older games, like, say, Half-Life 2, which is a 20-year-old game at this point, that installs all the DX files you need to run AO and the beta engine as well. But the setting up AO video worked for me on Windows 11. Yeah, they said they tried 3 or 4 times, and then I mentioned resolution. Dream actually commented on the conversation on the Facebook and said, yeah, this should work. He said the AOIA should still work for the resolution fix for the beta, the vanilla engine on Windows 11, but said if it doesn't, let me know and I'll make it so it does and release a new version. So as soon as I do update, I'll well, for one, I'll communicate to them if it doesn't, but I suspect it will, but I won't really know as such, because the most likely way I'll go to Windows 11 is an upgrade rather than a clean install. Or I might do an upgrade, make sure all my software still works, and if it does, then do a clean install. But I'll keep a backup image just in case. Right, let's fix the lighting for the stream. Light. There we go. Run the script for Rubicar light. A little brighter. Yeah, so Ark exists as a guild of players who still do the roleplay events and stuff, but no longer have GM powers, so... Yeah, from all accounts, Windows 11 is no better for gaming. I don't know, it's basically exactly the same for productivity, so when I'm working, you know, it's office applications and such that I'm using, and it's exactly the same. Makes no difference. No discernible difference anyway. But apparently for games, everything runs worse. So I don't know, although they always say with every version of Windows, they tell, you know, the gaming journalists, oh, it's the best version ever for gaming. And it's like, but it isn't though. You know it isn't. Why are you saying these things? And it's seriously not either. Someone's in with their twing, or a friend, or both. Yeah, I still feel like we've got fairly low damage, but like a level 60 fixer with a perennium would be doing more damage. Would we be better using melee in the short term? We've got 575 in melee. So if we do MA fist, 572. So we'd be doing 82, 226. Yeah, I think actually we would. So we go. Bear in mind we've got no specials other than Brawl. Should we take that one out quicker? Yeah, we got much higher crits straight away. Plus, Brawl is pretty fast anyway. Yeah, we're more damaged with fists at the moment. Our MA skill is such that the bow is weaker. Am I running martial arts master? Run both. A bit more attack. There we go. Where the fluff are you going? Get back here. The hell are you running off to? Okay, that was weird. Yeah, I can't use my perks because I don't have the bow on, but yeah, way more damage just with fists. Right, don't you run away as well. Yeah, we are definitely hitting harder just with fists by a country mile. Nearly double the damage. So, for expediency, let's stay with that. There's none in here, never mind. There's probably one down at the bottom, maybe? Don't know. Oh yeah, there is. I don't really want to aggro the quest boss guy, but he's probably going to aggro. Yep, he is. Okay. Some point in playing this game when there are numerous other modern MMOs out there, because modern MMOs, let's face it, are shite. That's why. People jump on them for a week, realise they're an empty vessel to get you to the loot shop at the end, and there's no real depth or content to them, and then people quit them. And I've tried them, and I thought they were all garbage. I was like, one that was kind of worth playing, which was Star Wars The Old Republic, but even that got old after a while. Just no depth to them like there is with Anarchy. And just, yeah, they're just shit. That's why I don't play the modern MMOs. If they were any good, I'd play them. But they're just not, so I don't play them. If you happen to like one, well, good for you. I don't. I just find them very boring. Star Wars Galaxies was... yeah, that was quite an interesting one. Like, I played WoW when it first released, and I spent 20 minutes after I leveled from level 1 to level 2, I guess, trying to find the skills window, and found out it didn't even have one. Like most MMOs. Yeah, I mean, they're just boring. It's like you've spent years doing cryptic crosswords, and someone gets out a woman's magazine that requires the reading age of a 4th grader and says, "Here, try this easy crossword," and you're like, yeah, they're boring. You know, it's just, yeah, there's just nothing about them that is interesting. They're all flash and no substance. I tried Monster Hunter, and it was the most sameish, repetitive, contrived and boring thing I'd ever played in my life. It was horrible. And someone gifted me the bloody game and asked me to stream it. So I did, and it was just like, fucking hell, I'm bored shitless. I'd been playing for 2 hours, and like, oh, is this it? And they were basically like, well, yeah. And I was like, this is garbage. So I'll loot the parts, because I am planning on doing the A-star quest in here. Just for the lols. No game beside EQ2 has influenced every MMO since 2001 than AO. Yeah, I mean, EverQuest 1 was influenced by Albion Online, or whatever it was called. Which also released before it. You know, WoW came out and ruined MMOs, basically. Because, you know, then it's all these corporate boards going, so this new MMO you've got, it's like WoW, right? And they're like, well, no, it's got an integrated skill system, gear options, crafting. No, go rip all that shit out and make it like WoW. Because WoW is commercially successful, and that's all we care about. We're the board, we have spoken. And that's it. As after WoW, it just turned every other MMO to crap, basically. Because as soon as the corporations took over game making companies, it ruined a lot of games, really. Because there's very few that are built to be interesting as a game in its own self. You know, to be a piece of art in its own right. They're all a cash cow. It might as well just be make slot machine. And you got to remember, mobile games outsell every other kind of game on the planet, including Xbox, PlayStation, and whatever. People playing Candy Crush in vastly bigger numbers than playing any MMO. And I find those games really dull and boring as well. You know, and that's why I don't play modern MMOs. I try them and find I think they're boring and stop playing them. You know, that's all. That's why I don't play modern MMOs, because every time I try one, it's the same bloody thing. I played Necron when it was in beta. I thought it had a lot of promise. Unfortunately, it also had player collision, and people exploited that. It also had line of sight with friendly fire. So, yeah, it was an interesting and fully developed game, but there was a couple of issues with it. Anarchy Online was way under development before EverQuest 1 was released. People forget that and think that, EverQuest came out and then everybody else decided to make an MMO. No. The game before EverQuest came out. And then EverQuest was made, and then Anarchy was... They assume release date is inception date, and obviously that's not the case. These games spend years in development. If they'd have had more people, they could have probably released AO before EverQuest. But that isn't the case. I don't know exactly when, but those games were developed in their own little vacuum at the time, because it was the infancy of the modern internet. It's got a bigger skill system than AO's. Possibly, yeah. I don't know. I never got... Excuse me. I never got that far into it, so, I can't really say on that. Maybe it does. Yeah, you don't mean to give... Yeah, because I think they were developed at the same or similar time, but in different places by different people that were just focused on what they were doing, I think is what happens. Yeah, in Necron, though, there was the co-op thing of, the wall's too high, I need a friend. And the friend, you give them a leg up and they pull you up. Things like that were very fresh, interesting ideas to put into an MMO. Yeah, Galaxies was interesting, and they tried to wowify it. This is the dark spectre of WoW kind of ruined Star Wars Galaxies, because Sony went, well, why don't we make it more like WoW? And everyone screamed, no, please don't do that. If we wanted to play WoW, we would. We don't like WoW. We want to play this game as it is. And, of course, Sony, being Sony, a big corporation of suits that have never seen an MMO up front or even tried to play one, went, yeah, do that then. You know. And then eventually the IP license ran out and they had to shut it all down. They didn't fight to renew the IP because after they wowified it, like dumbed it down to, like, you know, 12-year-olds can play it. No offense to any 12-year-olds, you know, I was pretty intelligent as a 12-year-old. I had a microscope and science kits and shit like that. I was a bit of a nerd, but generally speaking, you know, your average ill-educated 12-year-old went, you know, oh, I'll play WoW. Because that's what all my friends at school play. Oh, I don't like this game. I have to learn things to play it. Yeah, it did. It killed what Galaxies could have been, because they came in and said, can you make it more like WoW? And they said, well, that's not really what makes the game unique and interesting to people that play it. Yeah, okay then. Yeah, we've heard what you've said. We've utterly ignored it. We want to see more money, so make it like WoW, because WoW is making tons of money. And they fucking shot the golden goose, didn't they? You know. Yeah, we're getting a 1300 crit just using fists, so seems kind of moot to use the bow, which has got like an 800 crit at the moment. At least until we get a bigger bow on. I think I'm going to put the bow away. Alright, as soon as we get you guys all to freak out and reset. Excuse me. You know, people, why'd you play this game? Because it's interesting to play. I'm trying to figure out how to make an MA bow user work. I love the setting. I love the music. I love the vibe. You know, there's so much more to a game than the superficial. I mean, like I say, I tried Monster Hunter graphics. Hundreds of times better than Anarchy Online's graphics. Although I would argue that the characters all look like they're from a Pixar movie. The fights are boring. The progression is dull. You have to go through compulsory cutscenes every time you eat something. Your character sits there eating food, while this annoying girl is like, who's forced upon you. It's not like you got a choice. You have to take them with you, feed you this food that they have to cook, and you've got to watch them cooking every single time before you have a fight with anything. And it's just, after like 2 hours, I was like, I'm fucking done with this. This is garbage. It's like, here's dodge 'em cars, but you're not allowed to bump into anyone. I mean, no, actually, that would be more interesting, trying to avoid people on a dodge 'em track. You know? It was just, I just thought, this is art. This is just shite. This is just garbage. The original version exists. Yeah, people will make, if they can't buy the game from a company, they'll just fucking get it anyway. That's what happens. I mean, look how much money the gangsters made during Prohibition. You know, it's one of them, isn't it? People will go and get what they want one way or another, whether the company that originally owned it want to do it or not. That's just human nature. We will go out and get what it is we want, regardless. You know, like there were all those private WoW vanilla servers, and Blizzard did a conference I think it was the same one as Red Shirt Guy. Do you remember that? Is this some, what was it? What did he say? Is this some sort of out of season April Fools? When they announced Diablo Mobile or something. Like the player base of Diablo are like, what the f*** are you talking about? Mobile Diablo. We want another PC release now. You know. What the fuck is this noise? And what was the devs? Poor buggers who've just been paid to do a job. Don't you guys have phones? And it was, I felt bad for the devs because, I mean, it's not their decision. They've been given a decent paying job to build a game in this certain platform. And, of course, they're like trying to enthuse other people about it. But I'm probably not privy to the fact that nobody wanted to play it. And the crowd that turned up for Diablo in that room fucking hated the idea. The poor guys, you know, I felt bad for them. I really did. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So they said, in that same conference, the then bosses under Kotick, you know, that corrupt, vile human being, said something along the lines of, you think you want WoW Vanilla, but you don't. And then when they started shutting the servers down, they looked at the amount of people that were using the vanilla servers and realised, actually, yeah, they do want vanilla WoW, and then shut them all down, or chased after them, threatened them with legal action to shut down, or whatever they did, and then launched their own vanilla servers that nobody wanted according to them. You know, these suits don't give a shit, guys. They just don't. I'm getting another beer. Do you guys not have phones? Yeah. And I felt bad for those devs because they thought they were going to come on to adulation and cheers, and just literally got absolutely pulled the brunt of the announcement. And I think the suits knew if there was any fallout from the decisions they'd made, it wasn't going to be them on stage getting slated for it, which is the kind of people they are, these execs, you know. I'm sorry, but they are. Yeah, every MMO type game that was in development after WoW came out, whatever its inception had been 5 years earlier, just got, you know, slated, shut down, redesigned, make it like WoW. Make it like WoW and stick a dragon in it. It's like the South Park episode, right? Into the Pandaverse. It's bloody well like that. Make it like WoW and stick a dragon in it. You know? But that's not the root idea of the game or the universe it's been built around. You know, exec screaming across the table. Make it like WoW and stick it, you know, oh, it just ruins so much else. I wish WoW hadn't gotten released until at least 2012. Make it more lame, yeah. I'm gonna go to the tank room. Yeah, this one, you know the one. The big glass tank in the middle, or whatever the hell it is. Okay, let's reset those. Starting attack fail. Apparently cannot attack this one. Make it more lame. Yeah, basically, yeah. I wish WoW hadn't come out until today, 2020. If WoW hadn't been released until 2020, so many other amazing games could have been made with different concepts and skill systems and lore. But WoW came out first and it just wrecked the landscape for all of the development for games. It just did. It's not WoW's fault. They were trying to make the game they were trying to make, and it was incredibly successful. But, you know, it did have a terrible effect on everything else. Right, we're going to go to the Shadowlands. Yeah, I mean, I've nothing against the old elf dragon medieval fantasy game. I mean, one of the best fantasy games I've seen in a long time, or medieval simulator, was Kingdom Come Deliverance. That had interesting skill systems and yada yada. There was so much more to that game. And thankfully, it's coming out in a couple of weeks, isn't it? KCD 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 had a great storyline, believable characters. Wasn't as successful as The Witcher 3, but it was still really good. But The Witcher 3 was exceptionally good game, you know? But certain games and game design works for single player and doesn't really work for MMOs. That's why I never really wanted to play the Conan games, because it's like, well, if I had a Conan game, I'd want to be Conan, right? I want to play as Conan. You can't have a server full of Conans, though. You need, you know, healers, tanks, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I tried the beta of the first Conan game Funcom made, and it didn't really grab me, I'll be honest. It just didn't really grab me, I'm sorry. Well, that's it. A lot of, I mean, TV, media in general, it's all been boiled down by corporations. So if you take something like McDonald's, they make one of the most tasteless pieces of meat in the world from the lowest grade meat in the world, because it's all about the profit. They put a couple of ingredients with pungent taste on it, like tomatoes and onions, and then a highly processed manufactured sauce on top, and sell it for the cheapest price they can get, or the most expensive price they can get away with for it. So they try and distill everything into a hamburger, all right? And what's happened with gaming is the exact same thing. The exact same thing has happened with media as well, like movies and stuff. They've tried to distill it into the most easy to make and most profitable thing they can make. Everything is a fucking cheeseburger now. There's no nuance, there's no subtlety, there's no, you got to work for it, you know, none of that. The real Conan was the friends we made along the way. There you go. It just is. I mean, everything now in the last 20 years has been boiled down by corporations to become the cheapest thing they can make for the most money. And to them, that's the pinnacle of success. But the problem with the model, okay, this is the structural problem with the model. The world itself is finite and the resources in it are also finite. You cannot have infinite growth. You eventually end up in the death throes of that model where you're eating yourself. You know, that's how it ends up. We knew this was going to happen back in, oh my God, the early, like the 60s, they knew this was coming. And they rebelled against it with flower power and all this other stuff that's ridiculed now. But that was about being, well, why don't we go back to people working for themselves in smaller communities, but as a whole, all working together and being kind to each other? Well, that's not profitable, is it? You know, it's kind of a mess, really. Okay, we do not want to mess with the big guy over there. No, we don't. Lord Galos Chat Nights says, I don't know YouTube. I don't know what the bloody answers are, guys. I don't. I know what the problems are, though. I remember playing Deus Ex, the original. Do you remember the original Deus Ex? I still love that game. I still replay it every so often, maybe once a year. And I still remember the first mission. You're on Liberty Island, and we need that. Oh, I have got nowhere near enough space here, so let's make a bit of room. What was this? Oh, yeah, grenades or some shit. Right, okay, they can just go. That I don't need for now. I haven't got enough bags, have I? That's what I'm going to discover very quickly here. Or that I don't need. I've got the 126 crossbow that I can't equip yet. How many of these do I need? I think it's 5, isn't it? I'm not going to fit them all in here. What's this? War of Zeus. Yeah, that can go. I can always get another one of those. That can go. Okay, now we can do the mission. Yeah, everything, TV shows, just about cinema, all of it is just, it's all just been distilled, boiled down, all the artistry sucked out of it. And it's very rare that occasionally you will get a piece of art makes it through, you know? What happens when it does? They want sequels for it. It wasn't like something that was never meant to have a sequel, you know? Yeah, but pop music is written by a Swedish group of musicians. Almost exclusively now. So, you know, when you think these days music all sounds the same, because it's the same fucking people writing it. You've really got to work hard to find anything original or interesting. You look back to the music of the 80s and 90s, and it's vastly diverse how it sounds, how it's produced, how it's mixed. The performances, the stylings, everything's of its own thing, and people loved it, and it sold better then than it does now. But record companies don't want that. Record companies want profit. You know, it's as simple as. So they turn all the music into a cheeseburger, sell it you for more than it's worth, and expect you to like it. Right, we got all his other missions, didn't we? Right, okay. So let's go all the way north. Ignoring all these things as best we can. Yeah, which is why corporations owning any artistic endeavour is a bad idea. And you can't indefinitely make increasing profits every year. You can't do it. The world is only so big. There's only so many people on that world. There's only so much resources in that thin layer of crust that we can barely get through on the planet. So, you know, there's people that think the Earth naturally produces oil and coal and gas. No, it doesn't. When it runs out, it's gone. The era that created it was millennia ago, and it's never coming back. That was dense vegetation, i.e. trees evolving, and the bacteria of the time not being able to break it down. So it went into the ground through sedimentation and all the other factors that come into play before it could be broken down and turned into coal, oil and gas. That's where it comes from. It's never coming back. When it's gone, it's been gone. Right, we need 3 bony spine tooths, I think, for the mission. Somphus horn. Yeah, 3 bony spine tooths. Okay, let's go. Yeah, the music industry's always been the music industry. Do you know how much you get paid per stream on Spotify as an artist? Even as a solo artist, not an artist signed to a record company. For every 1,000 plays, you're not even getting pence. That's how I became disillusioned with the music industry as a musician. I realised it was so stacked against you by money men in order to exploit your ability to create something they can't ever dream of creating, but want to make the most money as possible out of your skills. You have an ability they don't have. They want to sign you into a contract whereby they profit off it at a 99% profit versus 1% profit from it. And streaming services are even effing worse. During lockdown, even huge artists, right, who've had 1,000, hundreds of hit songs and all the rest of it, suddenly realised their revenue wasn't from the streaming services because they weren't making any money at all. Their revenue died out, and they realised touring is where all the money, and merchandising was where all the money was coming from. They were making nothing from streaming services. And when they got their they got their manager or lawyer to look into it, well, what am I making per stream of music? I'm making how much? You know, like 0.00001% of a cent. You know, not even of a dollar. A cent. That is pretty bad, I can tell you. It's pretty bad. I mean, the problem is it's just getting worse and bloody worse. Oh, yeah. Oh, you completed a research. Okay, so, oh, right, that's done. Let's pick another one. What are you, Sophis Glooney? Do I need you yet? I don't think I need you yet. Glooney, no, I need you second. Brunies I need first. And they're in the middle of Elysium and kind of weird. You know, when if you play games, you become aware of the issue. But if you're into music, you become very aware of the issue. And if you're into books, you become aware of the issue. If you're into art, you become aware of it. And it's just like literally filtered into every creative endeavor anywhere. It's just horrible. It's really, really horrible. So in Deus Ex 1, if you don't kill the guy at the top of the Liberty Island, he has a ton of dialogue about this issue from, when was it, 1998 that game was released? He talks about corporate consolidation and starts quoting actual historic facts like in 100 years ago, 87% of America was self-employed. So all these different little mom and pop shops and businesses in every town. It's now at 3%. It's all been bought out. It's all the chain store. You know? There's no more Henry Fords anymore. You know, those guys, you know, they just get bought out by, well, ironically Ford or, you know, some other company. Now, there is music out there that's fresh and new and interesting and challenging, but it's really difficult to find a resource for it. There's heroes of that, like Jules Holland, who will put a band, like, he literally discovered Adele, who went on to be one of the biggest recording stars ever. But he discovered her first. She turned up on that show as a short ginger-haired, larger girl. And she was still gorgeous then, but, you know, she had no makeup on virtually and all the rest of it, and did 2 songs and everyone's jaws dropped. She was just there on a stool, just her voice and a guitar that she was actually playing. And everyone's jaw dropped. We're like, Jesus, she's so good. The songs are great. They're original. She sounds different. Her voice isn't perfect. It cracks in places, and it's more, all the more beautiful for it. And that's where, you know, so he like kind of discovered her almost. I would never have heard of her if she hadn't turned up on that show. She turns up on that show, and it was a great success story. Yeah, if you go back and go, Jules Holland, I don't know how you spell Adele. Is it Adele? With another E? Like 2007. Yeah, it's something like that. No one knew who the hell she was. There she is. Just her on her own with a guitar.
He's been there for hours.
we went, wow, what a voice. It's so original sounding, and so are the melodies and the structure of the songs. It's great. Right? And that was 2007. And that got her a record deal, that show. And she released, what was it called? 19, 21? I don't know. I'll get a copyright claim for that 2 seconds of her voice there, I'm sure. But even so, yeah, like he kind of like showed her up to the, well, a quite in the UK, quite a small audience, really. But a lot of people, and then the next thing I was hearing her on the radio going, oh, wow. I should be getting updates for killing these guys, I think. Got return on that. Trip to Tinker Tower. Oh, right, okay. Just kind of ignore these guys then. Oh, I need the Shadowlands map. There we go. Music game. Well, it's not devolving. Human beings are still creating it. The issue is that corporations are so parasitic around it. That's the problem. They jump on it the second it exists. If it's competition, they buy it out and kill it. If they can make money from it, they want to buy it and offer ridiculous deals in order to get that to happen. I hate those bloody spine tooth. Stop snaring me. I do not wish to fight you. I'm going somewhere. But many rebels out there, some even play AO. Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, you've all seen the warnings. You know, creators have been trying to tell us for decades that this will just end up killing everything. You know, like Demolition Man. My biggest takeaway from that wasn't Sylvester Stallone killing a bunch of guys or Wesley Snipes being a badass and stupid or whatever in it. No, my biggest takeaway from that was it was the corporate wars, and now all restaurants are Taco Bell, and you know there is no music anymore. There's advertisement jingles on the radio. You know, that was the warning there. John Carpenter's They Live, which it was a book, I believe, called something else, but is a warning about how we're controlled by these corporations because they flood our information field with their bullshit. That's what the warning is in John Carpenter's They Live. You know, in that they're saying, you know, you put the glasses on and now you know what they're actually doing, what the ads actually mean, what they say. I mean, obviously they're there to make you buy shit, but also meant to condition your thinking. Right, here's whatever this is. What do you want me to do? Yeah, kill the Ermites up here. Right, okay. Excuse me. Really? Shell Ermite. Okay, I need these. Fouch24 subscribed for 14 months. Thank you very much for the big sub. The itch came back and I just resubscribed. What, to me or to AO? Hopefully to AO. But thank you very much. Right. Okie doke. Before we carry on, I think it is high time for another beer, and then we can talk some more crap about how corporations are ruining everything on the world. Because they kind of are. This conversation makes me want to play AO again, listen to the 70s, 80s vinyl, and reread Brave New World. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Late stage capitalism. It always ends up destroying itself, you see. Because it's an unsustainable system. That's the problem with it. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. And it's not like you can boycott these people anymore because the way they're set up, the 7 corporations in the world own all the commercially available food in the world. It's kind of scary, but they do. So the brands you're buying have all been bought out by other corporations who are owned by other corporations, etc., etc. So it's virtually impossible to boycott them. You literally have to go off-grid to do it. And most people can't do that. You know, if you live in an urban centre, you can't. There's no farm shops in the middle of a city. What was it? Exterminate... No. Diving for pearls. Coiling ermite. Where are they? Are they north? Right, zoom out one. Coiling ermite. Right, we'll head towards the coiling ermite. Yeah, vinyl sounds good, not because it's vinyl, but because of the amplifier system it goes through. That's what makes it sound good. Vinyl itself isn't that good. When they started bringing in... you know, plug your vinyl into your PC. Of course, it was just direct stylus input through a cheap preamp, through a AC97 sound card. So, doesn't sound good. Listen to vinyl through a quality vinyl amplifier and speaker system. Yeah, it sounds amazing. But it's 99% the speaker system and amp that makes it sound the way it does. You can't put the low-end frequencies you've got now on MP3s on a vinyl record. They will just throw the needle off the record. Literally throw the needle off the record. This is Mrs. Carl sending me a message. I'm just going to show this. Unfortunately, only people on Twitch will see this. See, it's just... It's a... I finished work last night at 10 o'clock. And normally she's in work and I text her, hey, how's your shift been? You know, because I've just finished mine. And she went to text back, what? I'm downstairs, you idiot. I did it as a joke. And she took a screenshot of, like, she's watching some TV show with Jennifer Love Hewitt on it, or what's her name? Something Love Hewitt, anyway. And as she took the picture, her face goes to, what? As she took the picture, she was smiling because she just thought it was funny that I'd sent it. But it came out as that, which made it even funnier because it was like, her reaction was like, what? I don't know. It's difficult to explain. Yeah. Bending, mate, you are to the south, are you not? Yes, you are. Yeah, so she said tonight has been, what? Anyway, like I say, we started a conversation 25 years ago and we're still having it. So there you go. The successful relationship, yeah. What's a good weapon upgrade from dogs for a 202 Engie? Have you been making your Engineer pistol? Have you been upgrading it? It's a huge, long process. I did it on mine for the Let's Play, or Let's Build a Toon Engineer, Solitus Engineer thing. He started off with the, you know, startup weapon and upgraded it all the way to the quality 300 weapon, which requires a shit ton of farming in between, but that in itself is an awesome weapon. What's it called? There's a upgrade pass for it. Engineer pistol, or yeah. Improved solar powered pistol. So you start off with farming stuff from, you know, where you farm parts for the shoulder pad quest, the Dod quest. You get all these. Note and chip, note and fragment, robotic self-preservation, screwdriver plus blah 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 blah. It goes through that. Techno scavenger brain screwdriver. A bunch of other stuff. Go through those steps. Solar powered mender pistol. Disposable electrical tool set. Drops from R2000 vermin disposal unit. And leg chopper clones. Advanced hacker tool. Tutorial device gives you that. Combine that with solar powered mechanical pistol. And yeah, I did all of this. Crystallized Medusa Queen Hippocampus. Yep. Farmed all of that. And the 64 NCU. Did all that. You get that. You may want to look at the Engineer Pistol upgrade. And then you get that from the DB quest. Upgrades it to that. Then you use the Solar Infuser, which requires a stack of engineering skills. And you end up with the infused solar-powered Master Engineer Pistol, which is what my Engie's got. And you can see there, it does quite well. It's quite a good pistol. Yeah, that's what he used. I would recommend that to anyone, because its damage is based on mechanical engineering and pistol skill. Lot of work, not gonna lie. It's a shit ton of work to build it. But I did it as I leveled the characters. So when they were in level range of those mobs, yeah, they were killing them and farming the parts and upgrade. So I did it progressively through their, through the Let's Build. So at level 20, 30, they were getting parts for the first upgrade. Level 50, 60, they were getting the next parts, and and so on and so forth. I mean, on a 202, most of the first parts are going to be easy, and the last upgrade is very easy. You can literally farm them on any character because they're tradable. The solar infuser parts, etc. I think I'm going to have to dimash you. I need help. Thank you. Right, what the hell else is trying to hit me? Fucking minute. Alright. That one? Swirling is next, so... Where that came from. It's our first time out without the heal pet in Shadowlands. Quite proud of my little character, yes I am. MA Anger, yeah it was. Was a lot of fun, and I made it because I'd already done a more generic, more standardized engineer. And someone said, no, you've got to do, you know, the MA variant with Slayer, and it was really bad until I got Slayer Droid Transfer, and then suddenly it was really, really good. But Slayer Droid Transfer is plus 400 to MA skill, and then suddenly, yeah, now you're talking. I've got some attack skill now. But be aware that it's not as much fun at lower levels when your MA skill is like crap. In fact, I think I did do pistol for a while because of how bad MA was on low B MA engineer. I think I switched to pistol. I think it was Dogs of War up until I could cast Slayer Droid Transfer, and then yeah, it kind of everything started slotting into place from there. And yeah, it does work. MA Engie definitely works. I mean, 2/3 of your damage are probably your pets, so that as long as you can make up the third with your fists or pistols, you're golden, you know? But yeah, it was a little weak to begin with. Diamond for pearls. The swirling ermite. I thought I'd killed it. I've got a sparkling ermite, but that isn't actually one of them, which is weird. But okay. Eli quest. Yeah, it's easy XP, isn't it? Oh, fucking fine, you piece of shit. Come on, then. What's attacking me now? Is it? Right. I'll just kill you. Fine. Fine. You wouldn't stop running after me, so now you die. Because I've got careful in battle. And acrobat. Bobbilicious, hi. HI was fun back in the day. Oh god, yeah. Chaotic as hell. Yeah, when it was those early raids, I can remember when no one knew how they worked, so we were figuring it out as we went. And those were the absolute best times. Some of my best recent memories are myself, Savik and Mihalik killing or trying to figure out how to progress through the subway dungeon on the test live server, because you know you're figuring out the mechanics as you go. You know, and that was so much fun. You know, even though you died a lot, it didn't matter. You know, you were doing something interesting, and yeah, it was really cool. I can remember Storm trying to figure out how the hell can we bring Ian Ward down before the mercs despawn. We got him down to the last bubble about 5 times, and he would despawn. And you were like, "Oh my god!" You know, like we could have done it, but the bugger despawned. Yeah, and, you know, eventually we're like, okay, we've got to kill them in this order and yada, 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 or we need to build teams this way, that way, the other way. That's the curse of the... Yeah, well, yeah, because if you're a content creator, you've got to be first. I mean, I'm not. I don't give a shit. I don't make content to be a popular YouTuber and make a living at it. I've got a job. I don't need to do that. So my content is keeping it alive. It's trying to get some kind of message out that, hey, this is still a very cool game to play. If there is a message at all, you know. But most of it is informational. It's, hey, look, this is how you do this. I'm going to make it easy for you to understand how to do a thing based on what I know. Like I did the Arete guides. People have released more popular videos where they've abused the clickbait title, thumbnail and everything else to make their video popular, but the information in the video is crap. It's like 50% guesswork. It's, yeah, I mean, I've seen some of them and it's like Arete guide, and if you actually watch the video, which is dull and unentertaining and poorly edited, yeah, the thumbnail's great and the title's catchy, but that's it. That's where it ends. The information you want is really hard to come by from the video. I don't really know how to combat that, you know, to get the actual information out to people. Because I'm not going to change my titles to, oh, 50 things you need to know about Arete right now. You know, these dramatic clickbaity titles. I hate that. I think it's cringe as fuck. And I don't want that to be attached to me in any way. You know, so I absolutely won't do it. Because it's like, oh, that's just embarrassing. You know. But these other content creators, they come along and go, I'm going to make a video about that. And you're like, okay. And then they plug me for a ton of information so they can make their video. And I kind of feel like, how about fucking learn the game and then, you know, maybe you're in a position to make informational videos about the game. Otherwise, you're kind of not, are you, dude? You know. It's all online anyway. I mean, you go on Anarchy Online Universe and there it is. I have the pearl, I believe. I think that's the pearl. Let's give you that. Yay, another ding, 97. Goodbye. Gotta ignore those mobs. And then I'm gonna beacon out of here, I think is the answer. Right, I've got a couple of bits to hand in to the guy we started at, and then I've got to do the Somphus Horn mission. So for that, oh God. Yep. Where are we? Right, okay, we need to go kind of round this area for, which is Utopulus. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you an example. Give me a second. Right, so here's the live stream from the back end. Here's my title, Anarchy Online Bow Martial Artist. That's what I'm telling you the stream is about on YouTube. Here's the suggestions. Warning, bow martial artists make these 3 deadly mistakes in Anarchy Online. Stop losing fights with these 5 Anarchy Online martial secrets. Martial artist regrets not knowing these 7 Anarchy Online game changers. Are you making these 9 critical bow martial artist errors in Anarchy Online? What? That's bullshit, man. I'm not fucking signing up for that. That's just dog shit. But that's what runs the algorithm. According to the algorithm, that's the title I should be using when I make videos or stream. And I'm not going to do it on principle because it's bullshit. If I see videos with that title, big eyes and a big O mouth, oh yeah, that's another thing. Here, look. Let's go to the current live stream. It doesn't do it here. Get AI. I think it only does it for existing videos. So if we go to the last stream, there we go, has the same thumbnail. Get AI generated thumbnails. Show you what it gives me. Got to get the clickbait aspect. Right. These first 2 do not relate to Anarchy Online whatsoever, but look at them. Let's tweak this title. Okay. So let's put that up here. Can I change the text? That'd be funny. This is a bullshit AI thumbnail. Do not watch this video. Does it? No? You know what I mean? 10,000 hour MA, but yeah, it's all just so much horseshit. And I just, what 5,000 hours of Bow MA looks like. Yeah, guys, it's so bad. It is so bad. I hate it. I look at it, it's like when videos with those sorts of titles come up, I never ever click on them. On YouTube, if I see a video with that on it, yeah, you need boobs and a big open mouth. That's what you need. I think there's one down here is the one we actually need. Barter. No. It's not barter. Nig. Where the hell am I going? I want Enclave. Okay, so where am I? Where the hell is Enclave here? Up the top? Okay, I didn't notice it. Yeah, so I could play the game that YouTube has and just do that. And I see people do it and they know nothing about the game. They've got 48 minutes worth of footage from and they keep re-editing it and putting a kind of naff commentary over it, which has no bearing and no valuable information in it. And those people playing the game with the thumbnail and all the rest of it get way more views than me. But people watch those videos and go, well, this is a load of shit, and don't engage with the video. They maybe leave a comment going, well, I learned fuck all from this. You know, your video is shit, mate. Or whatever, you know. But I just don't want to get involved with it. It just feels horrible. You know, I kind of look at it like, ooh, no thank you. Right. None of this. Central leasing. 1. Enclave. Where the hell is that up here? Yeah, I try and be entertaining. You know, I mean, I'm speaking publicly, so I'm like someone at the wedding, you know, someone, I've got to make a speech and yada, 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 so I'll try and be entertaining, you know. But I don't go any further than that, and I'm certainly not going to falsely advertise what the content of the video is with a clickbait title and a bunch of other shit, because I'll get called out for it. But I see so much of it. I see so much of it on YouTube. If you search Anarchy online, the most popular video searches according to Google, all these videos have got fuck all information in them. It's someone who hasn't got a clue about how any of it works. I've come to the wrong one, haven't I? Of course I have. You noob. Yeah, so they're guessing at how the game works with their video footage, and they keep re-releasing the same footage. Like, they've played the game in total for less than an hour, and they've made 8 videos with pretty girl with mouth massively overly open, clickbait thumb title, and blah, blah, blah. And they get a ton of views, and I'm sure the people that watch it go, what? Because when you actually watch the video, it's like the audio shit, the presentation is bad, they're reading from a piece of paper where they've printed out what they're going to say. Do you think, let me know in the comments if you think that I should do a different video without this monotone voice. That's what they're like, they're fucking terrible. Anyway, I'm having a piss. I mean, one guy made an Arete video, and at no point whatsoever in that video did they open the skill window and spend IP, and it was unedited. So they played through Arete without spending IP and released a video for how to play Anarchy Online. Oh, Jesus. You know, they come into the game, make the vid, and yeet out of there, you know? It goes no further. They're here to make a video and jog on like Watch Mojo or something. You know, it's just, that's the way the medium is these days, but that's not what I decided I wanted to do on YouTube. I thought I'm going to make video tutorials that are useful to people, that can be understood, or formulaic, and I will do my best not to be boring while I make them. And the best way for me not to be boring is to be myself, because it turns out I don't speak in a monotone while I'm giving you information, because I am not a 1950s computer droid thing from a movie. Because no one speaks like that. If you speak naturally, your pitch is up and it's down and it's, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, different. You know, if YouTube turned around to me and said, we can't monetize your channel anymore, I'd still be making videos. That goes shit. I don't give a shit about the money from social media because it's next to nothing. I make nearly 10 times as much from Twitch as I do from YouTube. And that's because people are kind and hit the subscription button now and again. That's it. And now and again I get a donation, which is very, very kind, and it isn't necessary. I would do it anyway. I ain't doing it for money. I make money. I do this for the love of the game and the community that plays the game. I know it sounds corny, but it's actually true. Which is why my titles are your hotbars set up correctly? Where I explain, actually, you can keybind several slots on a hotbar to one key, which for Shade is incredibly useful. You know, I could title it "The Biggest Mistake Shades Make in Anarchy Online. This will change your life" video. But I think that's a little too cheesy, and I don't want to be that guy, so I don't do it. Kill Somphus Brunis. Right, they spawn around here-ish. Excuse me, I'm going to have to get another beer soon. You know it. Mainly because I've nearly finished this one. Bruni! Oh yeah, I mean, I put all the behind the back. Well, you can watch the video while your hotbar's set up correctly. You don't need me to explain it, but yeah. Shade's massively easier to play if you set the hotbars up in a certain way, and that's what the video shows you how to do. Okay, you're running away. I'm going ranged very slowly because the equip time is ridiculous. So I put totemic rights on G. I put, you know, because of the size of my hands over a keyboard. I do have big hands, so use whichever keys are comfortable for you. And yeah, there we go. That's one. I need 4 more, which is a pain in the butt. Yeah, it's... Are your hot bars set up correctly? If they're there to make life easier. So there you go.
Hi all.
This was a video I made in the living room while the kids were, well, grandkids were screaming and stuff. So the audio's not great. I apologise. But I go through where to find, how I've done mine on my Shade, where to find the information, how to change the you know, there's no BS with it. There really isn't. It's straightforward. Yeah, so if you put totemic rights all along one hotbar and then assign every cell on the hotbar to the same key, as you keep tapping away at the same key, it will keep firing the next totemic rights. The same is true for all other perks for Shade. And then I put backstab and sneak attack on V. And the reason I do that is quite often in a team, you can do both. So you can be behind the team aggro something, you're in sneak, you go up behind it, you go sneak attack, backstab. Because even though the sneak attack might have reset its aggro, it doesn't attack you because it's still thinking about the hit you just made. So you can go quicker than the game's AI and actually double tap for 26k and end up doing like loads of damage. I did it for convenience. I thought behind the mob attacks, yeah, let's put both of those on one key. So I did, and then discovered if you do that, added bonus, you can quite often, especially in teams, get away with sneak attack and backstab. It's like nanoseconds apart by double tapping. And then suddenly in one hit, you've just hit for 26k, which means you probably just picked up aggro as well. But that doesn't matter because you're a shade and you've got tons of evasion skill and you're healing yourself with totemic rights, so you just wail on them. Trouble is, these mobs have gone grey on us now. Except for the guy that's actually aggroing me. I have 2 on my shade for perks, 1 insane damage and 1 for drain. Yeah, well, that's it. So the way I have it is I have G for totemic rights and all of the drains, B for every actual direct attack, and then V for sneak attack and backstab, and the other couple of attacks you've got. So I can just sit back and use my first and second finger and just go, you know, like spam those keys as they become active, and send tons of attack messages effortlessly, effectively. So I'm hitting for about 300. Let's take off the bow. Try slapping him with the fists. Yeah, immediately hit him for way harder. Back with the tea, says Draden. Tea, best drink of the day. Now these named mobs in here also drop a agent cloak, which does look rather cool. Okay, I'm gonna go here and grab another beer, because reasons. Would a nanomage shade work? I mean, it'd be difficult. You would have great difficulty with your spirits because they're agility and sense based, which are weak skills for nanomage. You would have quite low HP, and you would cap all your nano skills very early on and gain no benefit from doing so. Because the nano skills for shade are basically buff yourself, and your evades would suffer greatly. Because you got to remember the trickle down. So for evades, none of them, they're all agility, sense, and a bit of intelligence. Duck XP, which you need in Shadowlands. Agility, sense, 20% intelligence. So yeah, you would suffer agility, sense, and a little bit of intelligence. So your evades would suffer. You would be able to cast all your nanos earlier, but that's where the advantage ends. And your nanos as shade are basically, can I cast my class buffs, which you can do really easily on even an Atrox shade. Didn't want this guy, but okay. Kill him anyway. So I've made an up effect shade, which is the obvious choice given all your spirits are agility and sense. So you can get into your alphas and your betas much earlier. Because there's no treatment requirement, so, you know. Yeah, the drain is no different because it's perk based, so it's based on AR. And if you're making a shade, your AR is based on your, your main weapon skill, which is piercing, and piercing is based on agility, stamina, and strength. So you don't do more damage on an animate shade. You mostly do less because your AR will always be lower because your agility is low. Your siphon drain is capped. Can only be cast at 1% health and only hits for 10% of total health. So there's no advantage to Nanomage for shade, really, or practically at all. Nanomage becomes useful when you're really close to the wire, playing agent that's permanently FP as soldier. Then it becomes worth doing because you can maintain, the other buffs you're using as an agent while you're in FP, but that's about it. There's just no... Nanomage is kind of like... I mean, other than casting the highest possible pet on MP, there's not really much advantage to Nanomage other than specific builds whereby, you're going to be at a set level like a twink, and maybe you need that extra trickle down from intelligence and psychic for being able to cast something at a given level. That said, an agent can get a higher pet at level 60 than either pet class, engineer, or crap or MP, because they can FP trader and drain, then get a wrangle, then cast the pet, and then stay as trader and keep draining to keep the pet out of OE. Yeah. I mean, I'm not anti-Nanomage, but I except for some very select reasons, there's just no point to use the breed. Unless you're not going to go... If you're making a 220 character, then it's a very specific build that you're going for, and/or you just like Nanomage, but you lose out a lot anyway. You lose base HP, you lose evades, you lose a ton of other stuff like weapon skills because they're not based primarily on the two green stats that with a higher cap than all the others. Yeah, there's just not a lot to go for with Nanomage. It just really isn't. Very little armor requires Intelli Psychic as a primary skill, and it's not like you can't twink those skills to get the armor on in the first place anyway, so there's really no advantage. Except for, like I say, very specific builds at certain levels. I mean, my first character was Nanomage. I've made one more since, and I breed swapped them because I hated playing them. Sorry. And as soon as I breed swapped them, they were twice as fun. They were much better to play. So maybe you are a Nanomage fan, and that's okay. If that's how you want to play, you know. I mean, I made an Atrox shade just to show it could be done, and because it would be a challenge. And they're the tankiest little shade you've ever seen in your life. They're nuts. They're so much fun to play. I did the same with an NT. My Atrox NT is so well geared, it outdamages my Opifex NT and any other NT I've ever made. And it's all about the gear they're wearing, not the breed they are. The fact that they're the breed they are means, you know, they've got whatever % more HP. And more HP is more HP. You know, their % nano damage is higher than any of my other NTs I've ever made. And at the end of the day, % nano damage is inordinately more powerful than MC skill. So the tiny advantage you gain from Nanomage NT for having matter creation higher at 220 is negligible. Because beyond 3k, it don't really matter. It all becomes % nano damage after 3k. As long as you can cast Garrux in its highest form, there's no point in having it any higher. As long as it still lands, you know, and there's nothing in the game that won't get, you know, get its face burnt off by 3k nano damage with a Garrux. Brunies are the effing worst. There's like 3 that ever spawn ever, and you need 4 of them. Yeah, the new items in game give you so much buffage that, yeah, I mean, kind of Nanomage, unless you've got a very specific build, is kind of dead. Oh god, I still need one more Bruni. I hate Brunies. If there's another area that they do spawn, tell me. 'Cause I've never found them anywhere else. What are you, Scumpike Dryad? British, yeah. These guys actually have a chance of dropping a cool looking agent cape. I'm not sure if you can equip it in social if you're not agent though. Yeah, whether or not your perks land is dependent upon your AR, not your nano skill. So if you're a piercing shade, which, let's face it, if you're not, oops. Yeah, I made an Atrox NT and I gave him an ACDC, the sponge thing, and like everything that added to % damage, and just got them twinked to 3k matter creation. Gun shades, it'll work up to level 50 and then it sucks arse. And the reason is that your perks won't fire without either a piercing weapon or similar. So if you've got a shotgun, it says must have piercing weapon equipped to use this perk, and shades are like 80% perk damage. as opposed to weapon damage. They go against the grain more than any other class. So some people get wrapped around the axle. Oh, I need better weapons on my shade. No, you just need more AR and better control over your perks. Because it's the perks that do the damage. It's the perks that drain the mob and keep you alive. We did a range shade up to level 17 and I said, yeah, this sucks balls. And deleted them. There you go. Level 17. We knew it was a bad idea. Because I couldn't use any perks. I had the first couple of totemic rights and whatnot, and it was like, you can't use this perk. You've got an assault rifle on. And of course, burst and full auto looked like ass because they were nanomage. We did it as a troll build for one stream and then just deleted the character at the end of that stream because it was untenable. You can go on the test server, you can level your character to 220 instantaneously with the bot that's there, equip them with whatever the hell you like and play around, and that's probably the best place to try these things rather than play the bloody character. Because if it don't work with all the gifts you get on the test live server, it ain't sure as shit ever gonna work on the live server. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when people were suggesting it, I was like, that'll never work. Yeah, but make it anyway, just to try. Oh, okay, we're doing a troll build. It's gonna suck ass, but we'll do it anyway, just for the lols. And that's what it was. It was an LOL build. You know, we deleted it because of how bad it actually is. Yeah, none of the guys I want up here, so we're out of here. This ICC buff menu is the most amazing. Oh, the buff bots are the absolute best thing ever. The people that keep those running are just amazing people for doing so. They're a massive gift to the AO community. They really, really are. Huge, yeah. Yeah, it's a massive gift to the community because one of the most common complaints from new players is, I can never find the buffs I want. And they went, okay, there you go. Every buff you could ever want for free, anytime, in this place, just come and get them. You know, they were a massive, massive boost to the community, and I can't thank them enough for making them. I really can't, you know. So incredibly useful to so many people. That's how, you know, using scripted bot characters is a positive for the community. And they should be praised for that. Because, you know, they went out and did the work, farmed the nanos they cast, leveled them up to a point where they can cast them and, you know, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, I mean, those guys, the guys that run those bots are absolute heroes. Where are you over there? No, you're no good. Oh my god, doing brunies just takes forever. If there's a better spot for them, someone tell... Oh, there's one! There's one! There's one! I found one! Kill it! Kill it with fire! It's running away. No. Slowly equip the bow in slow motion while it runs away and goes into runaway and heal mode, which I effing hate. Take that out of the game. It's bullshit. No one needs it. It just hurts players trying to do things. Effing well, come back here and take your damage like a good un. Ah, finally. Right, Gloonies. Let's take this weapon off. Because every other NPC on the list is really easy to find in huge quantities, but not Brunies. Brunies seem to be like a super rare breed or something, I don't know. We're at 97. We should have enough missions completed to hit 100. And then it's time for Sheol. But there should be enough XP in those missions for us to hit 100. Then we get the 1k board. We've got tons of comp lit. We can do that and a bunch of other stuff. So let's do base abilities if we can. Nothing left there. Okay. I'm level capped on virtually everything, but that's okay. Gone 10 o'clock. It's time for my customary email or text to Mrs. Callis too. How's your shift going? There we go. 6 p.m. here. Well, we live on this sphere called a planet. And as it turns, different parts of the planet experience different times of day. Yeah, it's gone 10 o'clock in the UK. Mind-blowing. Yeah, exactly. And there's some islands in the Pacific that celebrate New Year before everybody else and whatnot because they put the imaginary line there. Mind blown emote. Yeah. Yeah, it's gone 10 o'clock where I am. So the company I work for are Euro-based, but everybody clocks on at their own time zone, etc. So Yeah, it is what it is. Right, okay. We should hit 100 from these. Let's see if we can do it. I've been to the swamps. I return with a claw and a patch for you. All right, let's do this one. Claw and the patch. Give me XP. 99. That was a double ding because we were 97. You saw that, right? John Hicks started playing again after many years and learning everything all over again. The buff bots are new since I've played. Is there a bot that will clean implants? There is a implant bot, but I've not done much with it. But it will make custom implants for you. I know that. What is here? Anybody gonna do? I was wondering. No, I've got other shit to give you, but. Oh, the other ones don't count. Okay, what about the Somfus Horn? Oh yeah, we got to do that. Okay, that should do it. Gloonies we want. They were all over the place around here, so like in quite high numbers actually. Gloony, come to me. You need to die so I can hit my goal. Yeah, people that think the Earth is flat go off and make these videos to prove it's flat, and then in doing so prove that the Earth is round. I always find that hilariously funny. The ancient peoples of Earth knew the Earth was round. They figured it out. I mean, you get to 300 meters of elevation, you can see the curvature. It's not hard, you know, so yeah. But yeah, there was this one guy and he had these boards set up on a lake because lakes must be flat because water is always flat. Well, effectively, it's the same level across the surface of the sphere we live on, or the spheroid, because it's not entirely flat. And so he gets a guy to go out and says, right, so he's shining a light through his hole and at 17 feet. So if it's 17 feet here, it'll be 17 feet there, or I don't know, some bullshit they were doing. And he says, or if the Earth is curved, then he'll have to lift up his light for me to see it. And he lifts up and he says, we can't see your light. He goes, lift it up. So the guy's like, okay, I'll lift it up. And suddenly they can see it. It's the funniest fucking thing ever. I'm gonna die. I've got no nano. Is it enough to get away? We might die. Oh my god. Right. Let's hit the beacon and see what happens. Ah, haha, you didn't get to kill me. Nah, 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 nah. Right, okay, so that's level 99 we're at now. Let's heal up and we'll run back out to the NPC. Once we've healed up. Yeah, I think you can Google it. It's so funny. Flat Earth approves, yeah. Flat Earth approves Earth is round. Yeah, there you go.
This guy spent $20,000 to prove that the Earth is flat, but he accidentally did the exact opposite. His name is Bob.
Yeah, whatever, dude. So this guy, he goes out, and he's got, this is his experiment. Light travels in a straight line, as we all know.
Camera. And then he sent his friend really far away to shine a bright laser back towards him. If the
Yeah, so he's looking for this. Water level is not going to change, right? So he does the whole experiment, and it's like, well, if the Earth is round, like it actually is, then I'll have to lift up the light for you to see it where you are. And that's exactly what happens. It's the funniest shit ever. And then it does it, and the guy goes, oh, that's interesting. Instead of saying, oh, I was talking complete bollocks. I mean, this is where we're at with people willing to disbelieve facts that have been established for thousands of years through scientific experimentation because they read some bullshit on the internet. I mean, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? Afterwards, he was going on about how light maybe doesn't travel in a straight line, because that would mean they were wrong. If it does. It was just the most incredible bullshit you've ever seen in your life. We knew... I live in North Wales, which is mountainous, right? I can climb 800, 1,000 feet up in the air and look down, and I can see out to the, I can see the curvature from like 300 meters. It's blatantly, obviously there. I think it's a vision thing, maybe, where you can't perceive curvature. I don't know. There's something missing that they can't perceive that the rest of us can, which causes them to believe that, oh, maybe it's a conspiracy. Why would it be a conspiracy? Why would... Why? It looks flat forever until you get a little bit of 300 meters of elevation and you can see that it ain't. I mean, I can. I mean, maybe my eyes detect out of flat thing because I'm so used to looking at neck profiles and frets and measuring woods and shit like that. But I can see that imperfection of, oh, that ain't flat, way before, I reach any, scary elevation. Where's the guy I want? Why isn't he here? Oh, there he is. Right, okay. Oh, wait, no. Somphus horn. What else do we need? Grainy. Okay, oh, for fuck's sake. We're going to kill more mobs. All right, let's go kill the grainy. Yeah, the secret flat earth thing. Oh, my God, you're a moron. Do you think the world's flat? Your perception is not good. Because anybody at any elevation can see it. And then you believe bullshit from strangers online. I mean, yeah, that's who you are, and it's sad. And you probably need a carer or something. But yeah, I mean, it's so blatantly, obviously curved that I don't get how you thought you could dispute the knowledge of the ancients. And they observed it by going, okay, we're going to erect 2 towers of exactly the same height on a flat plane. Oh, look, one appears to be lower than the other because the surface is in fact curved. Science is a lie. No, science is neither truth nor lie. Science is a process. Science is about continually coming up with a hypothesis and then trying to disprove or test the hypothesis through experimentation, recording the observed facts of that experiment and setting them against the hypothesis. So If the facts don't match the hypothesis, therefore the hypothesis is wrong. That's how science works. And what early scholars quickly discovered was, in fact, the world is round. You know, thousands of years ago. I have the Somphos horn for you. Apparently I do. Right, this should give us 100. Fingers crossed. Let's see. It did. 100. Token board upgrade. Right, let's pop you there. Right, that gives me now a bunch of extra cool stuff plus 210 complet. Goodbye. Right, so now our comp lit is way higher. Peer reviewed. Well, peer reviewed means other scientists have tried your experiment and deemed it. Oh, cool. We get Acrobat 3. Thank you. Can we get any more careful in battles? Yes, we can. Oh, it stops there. Well, that's a bummer. But never mind. Brawler. Is the martial arts mastery not a thing? Okay, right. We're going to return to Rubikar. Yeah, so we continually review the hypothesis against experimentation and observable data. And if the data keeps satisfying the hypothesis, the data continues to be correct. That's what that is. People have this assumption that a theory is the same thing as a guess. It is not. A hypothesis becomes a theory when observable evidence says the hypothesis appears to be correct. It then becomes a theory. Your guess is not the same thing. A guess is a guess is a guess and will never be anything else because it's not tested against anything else. So when you get these flat earthers disproving their own guess, it's hysterical. It really is. Yeah, it's been tested a bazillion times. The Earth is round. I can see it. I can climb to the top of the nearest hill and see it because my vision will detect it across the horizon. People have been on airplanes with the spirit level saying, see, the spirit level's flat. So how could we possibly be on a flat surface? What? Or a curved surface? I'm like, what? Are you stupid? It pulls equally, pretty much, give or take a few gravitational anomalies where the Earth's gravity is slightly stronger in certain areas due to density, depth, and other things. Yes, of course it pulls straight down when the level of the aeroplane is flat. That's nothing to do with the spirit level. The spirit level tells you the aeroplane's flat, not the fucking Earth is flat, you moron. Yeah, that was, what was the guy? Tested or something like that. Yeah, that guy's amazing. Favourite is, the only difference between messing around and scientific experimentation is recording the results. Yeah, exactly, it is. And we've done it for centuries upon centuries. Adam Savage, that's his name. I love that channel. Adam Savage is brilliant. He's got so much enthusiasm. It's hard not to love him. But yeah, there we go. Right, is anyone else streaming Anarchy Online? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh. Me and Rubikar live feed. There's Suki Black is streaming. What's she streaming?
We're going to build a, what's it called? A magazine case overnight.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, but it's not Anarchy Online. Anyway. Right. Anyone got any suggestions for a stream? They're playing Tarkov. I don't even know what that is. Is that like an armor game? or something. That game is stress. Okay, so you don't like that game. Okay, fair enough. I get it. But yeah, okay. So I can climb over the back of where our allotment used to be to the top of the hill. It's probably only like 100 plus meters high. And I can look and I can still see the curvature of the earth. My vision allows me to go, oh, that's not straight. You know, I could easily just pick up a 2 meter long spirit level and do that and go, oh yeah, it does dip down at the edges in all directions. And the only way you can observe that is if in all directions it's curving back around itself. I mean, oh my God, it's so fucking simple. So yeah, the whole spirit level on a plane means the earth isn't flat, because if it was, it can't be round, because if you go over a certain point, the bubble would move. No, the airplane is moving over a spheroid where the gravitational pull is straight down below it. So as long as it's relatively flying flat to the surface it's flying over, the spirit level will remain in the center. And they don't get it. They're there. They've got a spirit level on the arm of the chair in the airplane and think it disproves that the earth is in fact curved. And it's like morons that think water flows from north to south because they believe that the arbitrary orientation of a map is the physics of how up and down works. No, that's not how anything works, you idiots. You know. Oh my God, what do you do with people? Full loop PvP studio. Oh yeah, it sounds like stress. Yeah, okay. We'll leave it where we are and we shall end it here. I shall be back on Friday for a bit more. There's no grace giveaway, guys. I've exhausted. We've given away all the graces that the wonderful Volpu gave to us last year. They've all gone. They've not come forward with any more. I'm not in a financial position to buy 54 graces to give away every year, so I can't do that. There may come a point where we'll do a grace giveaway, but it won't be weekly. It'll be, I don't know, something else. When I can afford it, I guess. So yes, thank you all. Thank you for the resubs. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for being part of the stream. And I will see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now.